Hey everyone, welcome to today's video where I'm going to show you how you can make your own Bahtinov mask custom to your telescope. So let's get to it. Step one, you're going to need to get the specs on your telescope. This includes the focal distance and the front aperture of your telescope. Now generally this is either written on the side of your telescope if you have an older telescope, or if you have something newer, you can even check it out online. But make sure that you get this and convert it to millimeters. So step two is you're going to have to measure the outer diameter of your telescope, or alternatively the inner diameter of your lens hood. And again, this is in millimeters, and you need this for step three. Step three, you're going to take the outer diameter that you just measured and your aperture, and you're going to subtract your aperture from the outer diameter, and you're going to divide that number by 2. Next, you're going to go to astrojargons.com, where they have a Bahtinov Mask Generator. I'm going to leave a link in the description below so that you can do that. And if you're looking at doing some other types of focusing masks, I'll have those links below as well, but we'll get to that in the next video. And it has a mask generator. And in there, you're going to enter those numbers, which is the focal distance, the aperture, and the thickness of your lens, which is the number that we calculated so that you can actually make sure that your focal mask is going to fit on the front of your telescope. The website will then take these numbers and kick out an SVG file that you can then print and use for making your mask in a couple different ways. Now, I should note there are a lot of custom settings on this table. For 99% of people, you're not going to need to look at them. However, the one I do recommend that you do check off is the one at the bottom about Adobe software, because Adobe handles SVG files at 72 dpi, whereas normally SVG files are 90 dpi, and your focusing mask will be, notably different if you do it the other way. So now you have a printout of your mask. And at this point, I would definitely recommend that you double check that the outer diameter of this mask fits well with your telescope and it looks like it's all printed out at the right size. Because the next step is going to be a little bit intensive, and that's where you're going to cut out the mask and cut out the white sections of the mask, and you're going to use that as a template for making your new mask. Now, you can make your mask out of paper, although it's not going to last very long, cardboard, plastic, Bristol board, sort of whatever you have that's flat that you can then cut probably with an X-Acto knife. However, I have an Eryone SE 3D printer, so I actually ended up taking my masks and I ended up printing them. And I actually ended up printing this one here. And this is where I mentioned that you want to double check your measurements, because I actually had to go through with a hot knife afterwards and cut this out 1 extra millimeter because it didn't quite print perfectly. So definitely something to check. Make sure before you actually commit to a print, if you do have a 3D printer. And yeah, at that point, you then take your mask, you put it on your telescope as I'm showing here in this picture, and it works out really well. So here we have the Bahtinov mask installed. I had to cut around the inside edge a bit because my printer isn't quite 100% calibrated, so that was slightly off, but I will fix that in an later version. But just trying to do it as a proof of concept. I've actually printed another one of these. Ooh, so here's a picture of it. This is a slightly different type of focusing mask that I'm going to talk about in the next video, but it just gives you an idea that once you have the capabilities of making your own mask, the sky's the limit in terms of what type of mask that you want to use. So at the end of the day, the Bahtinov mask does create a diffraction spikes, and it creates basically an X pattern with an extra line. And the idea there is that you want to get that extra line to line up perfectly across those 2 diffraction spikes that shows that you're in perfect focus. And it works really well with most fast lenses. If you're getting into a longer and longer lens, you're definitely going to want to look at a bright star in order to get a really good result with this. Although any object can work. However, I tried this out on Saturn because I was trying to do some planetary. It worked okay, but Saturn is like the worst object to try because the rings really mess up that diffraction spike. So definitely you want to try this on a star rather than Jupiter or Saturn. But it can be done. So I hope that this video is giving you enough confidence that you can go out and make your own Bahtinov mask, because it's actually quite a lot of fun. It's pretty simple with the online tools, and you can basically make a mask for maybe a telescope that you've had sitting around that you really enjoy using, but didn't actually come with its own focusing system. So thanks for watching.